It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 2019 induction ceremony for Phi Kappa Phi. As many of you know, Phi Kappa Phi is an interdisciplinary honor society that recognizes outstanding achievement by students, faculty, staff, and alumni. Tonight, we'll be inducting faculty and staff from across campus, graduate students from business education, interactive media, physician assistant studies, and physical therapy. And finally, undergraduates from each of our four schools here at Elon: business, communications, education, and the College of Arts and Sciences. Accordingly, tonight is a night of celebration. Celebration of academic achievement, celebration of intellectual curiosity, celebration of leadership in higher education, and celebration of our fundamental goal here at Elon University: to learn, to contemplate, to understand, and to then apply that understanding to making the world a better place. Such a celebration, it may feel to many of us, can't seem to come soon enough. If you've been watching the media lately, it can seem that higher ed is a bit under attack these days, especially if you've been watching celebrity news. Apparently, merit has gone out the window and wealth will buy your way into school. This is disturbing, of course, for many reasons, I think not least of which is that it throws into question my own scholarship as a water polo player when I was an undergrad. It's also easy to become disenchanted with the frequent attacks to our critical mission in higher education, often by many of those self-same people who have benefited so greatly from higher ed. And that's why it's so incredibly important for us to take moments like this, where we take a step back from the ledge, we calm down, we realize that higher ed is in great shape. That sure, we can all do a little bit better, there are new things we can try, there are new things to do, but our critical mission is more important now than ever. The world is counting on all of us, and really counting on you, to build a strong civic society based on research, evidence, and empathy, rather than fear and propaganda. But luckily, here you are, a room full of bright, intelligent, engaged students, faculty, and staff who are ready and willing to take up the charge to apply their education and their work to improving the world. And so tonight, we will induct men and women who have committed themselves to the full ideals, not only of the mission of higher education, but of Elon University and of Phi Kappa Phi. And so, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. Shireen El-Gamal, Elon Chapter President of Phi Kappa Phi, who will introduce our keynote speaker tonight. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome everyone. It is such a joy to welcome you to Elon and to this festive occasion. I would like to welcome Dr. House and thank him a lot for taking the time to serve our keynote speaker today and introduce him to you. Dr. House is Elon's Provost and Executive Vice President, a position in which he serves as the university's Chief Operations Officer and Chief Academic Officer. He has been an integral part of developing the university's national reputation since coming to Elon from Seton Hall University in 2001, when he was named the founding dean of Elon College, the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. House worked closely with faculty to develop Elon's successful application to shelter a Phi Beta Kappa chapter at the university. He led the creation of the School of Health Sciences. He directed the accreditation process of the law school and collaborated with the Division of Student Life to foster Elon's premier residential campus experience. Dr. House earned his BS degree in biology from Calvin College and his PhD in physiology and cellular biophysics at the University of Arizona. Dr. House has authored numerous articles on blood flow regulation during health and disease and has received awards for outstanding teaching, service, and scholarship, including the Elon College Faculty Excellence Award. He is a member of Phi Kappa Phi, Phi Beta Kappa, and Omicron Delta Kappa National Honor Societies. Please join me in welcoming Dr. House.
Thank you, Professor Al-Gamal. Good evening. Congratulations, inductees, on the tremendous honor of your induction into Phi Kappa Phi. This is a very big accomplishment. Also, thank you for your intellectual leadership on this campus and off. You are key to helping us create the university that we want to be. You have pushed yourself and stretched yourself more than you thought possible. Well done. In the years to come, remember to set your expectations high and challenge yourself to always strive for excellence in your pursuit of knowledge and building a better world. Okay. Most of you know that Phi Kappa Phi was founded in 1897 at the University of Maine. If not, you're going to learn this during the induction ceremony. Their motto is, "Let the love of learning rule humanity." Professor Al-Gamal sort of called me and said, I think the inductees would really benefit from hearing your journey about the love for learning that you have had as a professor and as an administrator. And how did it impact your professional journey? So I'm excited about this opportunity to speak with you. I've been promoting the love of learning for over 40 years as a faculty member and as an administrator. And this evening, I want to weave 4 different themes that I've talked about over the past 40 years and highlight them tonight. And it won't take 40 years to go through this. I'm going to go through this in about 7 minutes. So I'm going to examine 2 ancient manuscripts, verses. I'm going to connect these verses to one of my favorite quotes, and then I'm going to tie them together with some paragraphs from a favorite book that I've read recently. So let's begin. So several years ago, we had a wonderful speaker at Elon, Dr. Don Wyatt. Dr. Wyatt is an East Asian history professor, and he gave a talk that I will always remember. He used verses from the Analects of Confucius. Now, I'm a cardiovascular physiologist, so I'm a little bit out of my element when I talk about Confucius. But his words spoke to me then, and they still do today. Dr. Wyatt used this verse, "To learn, and from time to time practice what one has learned. Is this not a pleasure?" I like connecting learning, practicing what one has learned, and pleasure. If Dr. Wyatt had stopped there, I was good, but the verse goes on. "To have friends come from afar, is this not a joy?" In these words, Dr. Wyatt offered that the best compliment to a love of learning is to be welcoming, to be hospitable. And what I really like about this verse connects learning with welcoming and with joy. Correspondingly, it follows that a desire to be welcoming inclines one to learning. The act of welcoming leads us to favor listening. The desire to be welcoming heartens us to want to hear what another person has to say, even when we are presented with a point of view that may not be exactly ours. It may differ from what we want to hear. A commitment to being welcoming is the surest incentive to heighten learning. The second, some of you during my 18 years at Elon have heard me share my favorite quote. You could call it my motto. It is, "I have no special talent, I am only passionately curious." And this is a quote from Albert Einstein. I posit that striving to be passionately curious about everything and everyone inclines us to be welcoming, to be hospitable, to be open-hearted, respectful, and joyful. I like connecting curiosity with welcoming, and with joy. Third, there's a parable in the New Testament about an overseer who put 3 workers in charge of operations while she traveled overseas. One of the individuals was so worried about making a poor decision, nothing got done. The other 2 completed their tasks as requested and did a good job with their responsibilities. When the overseer returned, the one who had done nothing was reprimanded and was never given another assignment. The 2 who followed through as requested were commended. And here's the key verse. The overseer praised them for good work. You have been faithful in handling a small amount, she told them. So now I will give you many, many more responsibilities. Begin the joyous tasks I've assigned to you. Wow. They were given more tasks. They were given more work. Oh, great, more work. I'm sure that's what they thought. But the key here is it was described as joyous tasks. For most of us, work is a 4-letter word. But here's a story about responsibilities and work and joy together. Imagine hard work and delight. Imagine nose to the grindstone and deep gladness. What would happen if you began to expect joy in your work? Not just occasionally at the conclusion of an exam or the end of a semester. What if you expected joy in studying late into the night or going to class? What if you looked for gladness in the sleeves rolled up humdrum activities in the ordinary week? How would your studies change? How would your work change? How would you change? I like connecting work with joy. It's a downright subversive and revolutionary thought. Fourth, I recently read the book, The Last Days of Night, a historical novel about the lives of Thomas Edison, George Westinghouse, and Nikola Tesla. It's about pioneering the electrical industry in the United States. The book describes what it takes to be creative and what it takes to change the world. But listen to these words from Edison. I create things that did not exist before. I bring new things into the world. This is what discovery is. But now listen to the next point he makes. It's not a flash of color. It's not a moment of divine inspiration. It's not the hand of God reaching down to press the pointed finger. It's work. It's drudgery. It's trying 10,000 different shapes of bulb, then trying 10,000 different types of filament, then yes, 10,000 different types of air fillings. Then it's trying 10,000 times 10,000 times 10,000 different types of combination until one of them works. When you have exhausted all possibilities, remember this: you have not. Students and inductees, we need young people like you who value learning, who value practicing what you learn, and who value welcoming. Your Elon education and your accomplishments will open doors for you and will advance you in your career. But accompanying this privilege is the expectation, the responsibility that you will open doors for others throughout your life. My hope and challenge for each of you is that you will never, ever forget the mottos, love of learning and passionately curious, and that you will let these be your guides each and every day. My hope and challenge for each of you is that you never, ever forget the downright subversive and revolutionary idea that you can find joy in hard work, even when trying 10,000 times 10,000 times 10,000 different combinations until you find one that's successful. My hope and challenge for each of you is that With the love of learning comes the expectation, the responsibility that you will always be welcoming and hospitable and respectful and joyful. We are proud of each of you. Congratulations again on this truly remarkable accomplishment that you have had. Well done and thank you.
Good evening. I am April Post. I am Senior Lecturer in the World Languages and Cultures. And thank you so much, Dr. House, for those inspiring words and the reminder to challenge ourselves to find joy in the work. I've certainly found a lot of joy in my work here at Elon the last 15 years. So, Elon's chapter of Phi Kappa Phi was established on November the 14th, 1995. In your program, there is a list of the charter members to whom we are very grateful for establishing our chapter. Special thanks to Dr. Kathy Lyday and Dr. Victoria Fisher-Fall, who played the piano this evening, who are helping with tonight's program. Next, we would like to welcome Dr. Alan Russell, who will be doing some special recognitions.
Hi. Ooh, there's a lot of you. Okay. We're here to recognize quite a few people through the induction into the society, but I'm here to recognize special people that won't be inducted tonight. First, we'd like to recognize Emma Ott. Emma, wave to everybody. Emma serves as our student vice president this year. Our student vice president is an essential member of our executive board and always helpful in our induction ceremony. Thanks, Emma. Since you're being inducted tonight, it's probably important to know that the Phi Kappa Phi Society National Office awards 50 fellowships of $8,500 each, 6 at $20,000 each, and 2 at $35,000 each to members starting their first year of graduate school. Yeah, you should think about graduate school. We would like to recognize the 2 students who applied for this year's graduate fellowship, Mary Kempf and Megan Hurt. Now, Phi Kappa Phi has another award designed to provide funding to members for graduate research travel. The Society offers graduate research grants of up to $1,500 to eligible members enrolled in a graduate program. These grants provide funding for travel in support of career development opportunities, such as conducting or presenting research. And we would like to recognize Kathleen Hupfield as our first applicant for this award. Now's the part I like best. Next, we would like to take a moment to celebrate the fact that none of us is on this journey alone. If you're a faculty or staff member who was invited to come to the ceremony, please stand. We are appreciative of you sharing this significant moment. And now I'd like to acknowledge that much of the success is made possible by our family and friends. So we would ask that family and friends of our initiates please stand. We'd like to offer you our thanks. You did a good job, okay? This things cannot be complete without acknowledging the person that supports us the most. The hard work of Miss Linda Martindale, Program Assistant to the Department of World Languages and Cultures. Where's Linda? Oh, I see a hand, but anyway. Oh, she's outside. You clapped too early. You got to wait for me to clap. Linda has served as secretary and treasurer for our chapter and is a key player in seeing this celebration through from start to end. She reviews the nominations, plans the invitations, tapping of our invited students, faculty, and staff, and then ensures that every detail of tonight's event is properly planned and executed. I've got my eye right on her. Thank you, Linda. We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Hello again. Um, I am Shireen Al-Gamal, and I teach Arabic here at Elon for the past 12 years. And as the president of Elon University chapter of Phi Kappa Phi, I'm excited to celebrate this moment and yet another new group of inductees into the Phi Kappa Phi honor society and celebrate qualified persons with superior academic achievement, strong character, and significant contributions to the community. We express our commitment to the society's motto, "Let the love of learning rule humanity," by promoting academic excellence in all areas of higher education and by recognizing outstanding scholastic achievements by students, faculty, staff, and alumni. In addition to all of these great reasons to serve on the board for such a prestigious organization, I would like to briefly share with you a personal perspective that fuels my enthusiasm for Phi Kappa Phi. When I was first invited to serve on the executive board for the society, I immediately visited the website to get more information and find out how to best connect our chapter with the national office. And for some reason, I found myself clicking first on the awards tab. I think that as a parent of 5 children, all pursuing undergraduate and graduate degrees, I have developed over the years a special appreciation for resources that allow students to pursue their academic plans while alleviating some of their financial burdens. It was exciting to see the various types of grants and fellowships that Phi Kappa Phi makes available to undergraduate and graduate students, as well as to professionals and institutions. To Phi Kappa Phi members who are starting their first year of graduate school or professional study, I would like to highlight the following annual awards: 50 fellowships at the amount of $8,500 each, 6 fellowships at the amount of $20,000 each, and 2 fellowships at the amount of $35,000 each. Literacy grants in the amount of $2,500 are also available for members at both the undergraduate and graduate levels. To our graduate students, I would like to highlight some opportunities as well. 10 dissertation fellowships of $10,000 each are awarded to active members who are doctoral candidates. 200 awards of $500 each are available to fund post-baccalaureate professional development for active Phi Kappa Phi members, and that would include but not limited to graduate or professional studies, doctoral dissertations, continuing education, career development, travel related to teaching, research, learning, etc. Professionals can also compete for Distinguished Service Awards, Literacy Awards, Love of Learning Awards, and Scholar and Artist Awards. All aim to support continuing education and professional development. Even non-members can compete for 75 $1,000 study abroad grants that are awarded every year. To make the long story short, I am trying to encourage each and every one of you to please explore these funding opportunities and take time to apply, and I wish you the best of luck. Now, Dr. Rhonda Belton, an alumnus of Elon University, Associate Director of Institutional Research at Elon, and member of Phi Kappa Phi, will briefly summarize the criteria for election of candidates.
In accordance with national standards for Phi Kappa Phi membership, our student candidates are selected among those undergraduates who have 72 more hours of study and are at the top of their respective classes. Our graduate candidates have completed the majority of their coursework and are at the top of their chosen field. In addition to students, our chapter is permitted to elect annually a small number of outstanding faculty, professional staff, and alumni chosen on their academic record, personal achievements, and service to higher education. So now Dr. Jeff Stein from the President's Office will present the history of Phi Kappa Phi.
In 1897, 10 students at the University of Maine, assisted by the university president and interested faculty members, founded the Lambda Sigma Eta Society, an academic society open to college students obtaining high academic standards regardless of their academic discipline or their gender. 3 years later, in 1900, with strong support from the presidents of the University of Maine, Pennsylvania State College, now Penn State University, and the University of Tennessee, the Society became a national organization. The Society was renamed Phi Kappa Phi from the initials of the 3 Greek words of its adopted motto. Because the Society accepted members from the newer technological disciplines, as well as from the traditional fields of arts and sciences, many early chapters were founded in the emerging land-grant colleges and universities. Tonight, you join one of the only 300 chapters of Phi Kappa Phi in the United States, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines. Founded in 1995, the Elon University chapter has participated in many national and local events. Your program highlights our achievements. And now, Emma Ott, our student vice president, will provide you with information on our symbols and seal.
As seen by the representative items around the stage, the symbol of the Society is composed of the badge, the seal, and the ribbon. The badge is a terrestrial globe with the sun's corona extending behind it in 8 symmetrical and symbolical configurations. The sun has traditionally been a symbol for the source of truth and knowledge that enlightens the world. Derived from the 8 divisions of general education common in 1900, the 8 equivalent rays represent the equal value of truth in all academic fields. Encompassing the globe is a band with the Greek letters Phi Kappa Phi. This band represents the bond of fellowship that binds all lovers of learning to a common purpose. The seal of the Society has the badge at its center. The badge is bounded by a crenulated line that represents the walls of Troy, a great city produced by ancient technology and celebrated in the greatest of Greek poems. Above this boundary, there are 3 stars, which honor the 3 original member chapters. Below are the words, founded 1897. The seal is completed by a line representing the circle of fire that the ancient Greeks thought enclosed the whole visible universe. The ribbon of the Society portrays the meander pattern common in Greek art, suggesting the enduring values and ideals of learning promoted by Phi Kappa Phi. Dr. Lyde will explain the motto and affirmation.
The first word of the Phi Kappa Phi motto is philosophia. Thought to have been coined by the 6th century Greek sage Pythagoras, the word philosophia, for historical reasons, is translated by our society as the love of learning. The second word of the motto is krateto, and is a verb meaning to rule. In our motto, the word has the form of a strong exhortation that calls on us to let the love of learning rule. The last word of the motto is photon. Occurring in ancient Greek poetry and drama, it means mortals in contrast to the immortal gods. To us, it refers to all humans, men and women, and translates to humanity.
You have now been instructed in the most significant points of Phi Kappa Phi. You have heard the aims and purposes of the organization and the ideals that characterize its members. Through your scholarly achievements, you have demonstrated that the love of learning is an important part of your life. We ask you to commit yourself to continue the search for truth to benefit humankind. As your name is called, please come forward, sign the membership roll, receive your pin and certificate, and an official welcome into the Elon University chapter of Phi Kappa Phi. You may then return to your seats.
Dr. Becky Olive Taylor. Dr. Becky Olive Taylor is Executive Director of the Learning Center and Director of Academic Advising. She also holds the title of Assistant Professor in English. Becky came to Elon during the summer of 1978 as an adjunct instructor of English. She began teaching English 106 and 111 and 112 before moving to academic advising, where she has been since. She has helped students along the way, not only with advising, but also by being a friend and a supporter. Thank you, Dr. Taylor, Dr. Olive Taylor, for all your hard work and promoting the love of learning. Professor Paula Patch. Professor Patch came to Elon in 2006 as a senior lecturer in the English department. For the past 8 years, she has been the coordinator of the college writing program and has overseen the growth in English 110. Paula has helped make curricular changes that allow students to take more responsibility for and ownership of their writing and learning, and faculty to have more responsibility for and ownership of their teaching. Paula has affected all students who have taken English 110. Her work outside the department includes mentorship to leadership fellows, research mentor of a leadership prize recipient and non-English majors, serving as an advisor to the Native American Student Association, and Autism Speaks as a faculty advisor to an alternative spring break trip to the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. Thank you, Paula, for your dedication to Elon students. Mr. Robert Springer. Mr. Springer is the executive director of the Institutional Effectiveness. For the past 20 years, he has been the man behind the scenes running statistics and modeling the analytics to help senior staff in data-driven decision-making. His reporting and studies aid in student achievement and success, as well as the success for the university in its strategic planning and goals for our student and learning-centered environment in and out of the classroom. Thank you, Rob, for all you have done for students and Elon and all your hard work over the years. And now we move to graduate students. Carol Bogus. Lexi Nicole Bird. Kimberly C. Campbell. Thomas J. Fitzgerald. Claudia Lynn Jensen. Annabelle Akins Jones. Catherine Justice. Darren LaForge. Taylor McMaster. Ryan C. Molinaro. Allison O'Halloran. April Patton. Sophie Pitowski. Kara Poole, Jenny Rathjen, Carolina Gisela Robledo, congratulations to our graduate students. Now we move to the undergraduate level. Hadley Brooke Anderson, Ella Barlick, Gabrielle Beeman, Catherine Bernjack, June Burke, Madison Clark, Morgan Wilson Collins, Kaylee Cross, Sydney DeCaro, Kristen L. Dran, Caroline Meredith Enright, Hannah Feldhughes, Emily Ford, Sofia Galazzi, Grace Martin Garrett, Leah Graff, Emily M. Guyton, Candace Marie Hall. Nicole Elise Howley. Grace Hazlett. Kalissa Holder. Jillian Hook. Sophia Huster. Alyssa Lorillo. Charlotte Jaker. Carter Jenkins. Erin Kelly. Savannah Kyle. India Kirsten. Bradley Greg Clear. Molly Logan. Lisa Margulies. Carter T. Martin. Taylor Noel McFadden. Anne McLinnis. Seth Logan McKee. Bridget McMahon. Margaret Miniati. Matthew Holton Mitten. Kiara Motley. Megan Murray, Michaela Rose Parker Muchler, Angela Myers, Hannah Nearing, Bailey Numbers, Alice Percival, Emily Alicia Poteet, Carly Alana Raccoon, Michael Reed Price, Andrew Reese, Emma Renfro, Melinda Ritter, Ariana Shaheen, Mallory Siegenthaler, Connor Ryan Smith, Destiny A. Speaker, Taylor Stevens, Hannah Strickland, Andrew T. Weyer, Thea Renee Wunk, Ryan Walker, Tara Willie, Cameron Clark Wilson, Daniel Yamin, Lara Charlotte Yeast, will the new members of Phi Kappa Phi please rise? Initiates and guests, the motto of the society is, may the love of learning rule humanity. Initiates, will you now repeat our motto in unison with me? May the love of learning rule humanity. By virtue of your superior scholarship and supported by good character, I declare you to be members in good standing with the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi, the nation's oldest, largest, and most selective multidisciplinary collegiate honor society. I encourage you to maintain membership and activity in the society. May you always continue to merit this high honor. I congratulate you and wish you well. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, please join me in welcoming the newest members of the Elon University chapter of Phi Kappa Phi.